Do you remember the concept of 1 minus alpha?
Mm-hmm.
So for our viewers who do not know that, it's the minimum defense frequency. So let's say, yeah, I'll describe it real quick. So let's say you face a pot-sized bet on the river, and your opponent's range consists of nuts and air, nuts and bluffs, and your range consists of bluff catchers. So in order to make your opponent's bluffs indifferent, you have to defend 50% of your range if you're facing a pot bet. So this idea of the minimum defense frequency was initially extrapolated to earlier streets, to turn, flop, and even pre-flop. And as we know nowadays, it's not true on the flop. It is especially not true if the ranges are very asymmetrical. If one range has a significant advantage over other, the optimal defense frequency is way lower than this minimum defense frequency. And so speaking of the aha moments that I found in source videos, remember I was studying theory with Matthew Janda.
Yeah, he was very much about that one minus alpha stuff, right?
Yeah, definitely. And I took the ranges, and I always tried to find that borderline hand to defend. And as you might imagine, it is usually quite a weak hand in your range, a weak and a very not obvious hand. So I did not recognize those plays in sources videos, and in fact he was folding a little bit more than I was folding during that time. And I guess the fact that you do not have to defend those weak hands was well, if not a breakthrough, but definitely a huge boost in terms of my win rate and in terms of the confidence in my game, because I was doing those marginal plays on earlier streets and they never really worked. And by simply eliminating them, I started to get more enjoyment and more confidence in the plays, in my overall strategy that I was implementing at the time.
Yeah, I'm gonna quote you there. You said, I have to do this. That kind of you were in this phase of your career, you're kind of breaking free from the I don't have to do anything. Okay, I can just do what to go back to the Stefan era right now. I just do whatever I want, and you deal with it, right? That's kind of the yeah, sort of the new approach. I was never theory oriented, mathematically oriented. So I would always just be like, it was very feeling based. Like, listen, I just don't see good things happening with this hand in this situation. That's more how I would then approach it. And probably when you were playing, like you probably also had that feeling, right? Because you, as you said, it never worked out with those hands. But there was kind of a conflict between what your gut was telling you and what your brain was telling you. Like, but I have to. But your gut was saying, yeah, but this isn't working. So I guess you felt really relieved after that. Especially, again, if you have someone like Sauce showing you like, oh, wow, Sauce, he's a very good player. And he doesn't even do this. Fuck this. I'm free now.
Yeah, definitely. And Adam asked about mental leaks that I had earlier in my career. And yeah, this rivalry between having to do something that the theory dictated and that action not really working. Yeah, that was very huge at earlier stages of my career. And that worried me quite a bit because I thought that I was not understanding something. I was not doing stuff right. And yeah, I even thought that, yeah, maybe the theory was not that good. Even at that time, I had those insights in my mind.
While the truth was actually that you very much understood it, only you were listening to your brain and not to your gut, right? Around this time you're playing, I think, mid stakes. You mentioned that it was around 2016, I believe, when you reached 2K. Was this then breaking free? Was that enough to reach 2K for you?
I guess at that time I was still playing more or less the fixed game, but it was a way more free strategy than originally. So I gave myself opportunities to deviate, and yeah, it felt like a relief. Another thing that helped me a lot with establishing myself at 2K was when I analyzed the database of OTB Red Baron, if you remember that guy.
Like many have done before you.
Yeah, exactly. And I've seen how freely he played, how much he deviated from the optimal game, and that gave me, this permission myself to not to play a fixed game, not to play the strategy that is very fixed and not allowing for any creativity. So yeah, I guess OTB will always be in my heart.